Hi, everybody. Claudia here from Fluffy Cow Coffee. As you know, we're the only coffee company in the country that supports farm animal sanctuaries. And we do this by our week-long online fundraisers where we partner with a specific sanctuary around this country. And today we're with the lovely Chelsea of Southgate Sanctuary in New Mexico. Hi, Chelsea.
Hi, Claudia. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, it's our pleasure. Now, Chelsea, tell everybody about your sanctuary, Southgate Sanctuary. Where are you located? Tell us about your residence. Tell us about your mission, that kind of thing.
Perfect. Yeah. So we are located in Alamogordo, New Mexico. We are a vegan animal sanctuary with a primary focus on farm animals. It's just me and my husband here running kind of the day-to-day. We have a couple of volunteers that come out, and we have currently 27 residents at our sanctuary, multi-species. So we have goats, chickens, cows, pigs, tortoises, and one turkey. And we just got 4 new rescues, which put us to the 27, 4 pigs that came from California 2 days ago. So it's been busy here, very exciting.
And when you say the pigs are rescues, they were rescued from a neglect situation?
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about it, but it was a severe neglect and hoarding situation that I think started about 1.5 years ago. Colleen from Snouts of Sedona has been like in the works trying to help the animals, and I think they've been placed a number of times. I don't know, for maybe like the 3rd or 4th spot that they've now landed. So I think folks have been stepping in to help and then just kind of getting overwhelmed. So yeah, now they're here with us forever. They'll be spoiled, loved. Yeah.
So that's why I was asking the question, because sometimes it gets confusing, because I really want people to understand, which I know your fan base does, but that sanctuary is for life.
Yes.
That when you take an animal from a neglect or abuse situation, that animal lives out its natural days with you. And so that's why I wanted to clarify that the pigs were rescued from that kind of situation, but have now landed with you for the rest of their natural lives.
Yep. Yeah, we don't do any rehoming or putting in other placements. Everyone that comes here is with us for the rest of their life.
And how long have you been a sanctuary?
Yeah, so we started rescuing in 2020 when we bought this property. The vast majority of our animals that have arrived here are owner surrenders. And the folks who lived here actually had all the chickens and then 2 of the goats, Billie Jean and Baby G. And they just let us kind of take over their care. So we got animals right out of the gates as soon as we moved into this house. And then we officially became like a sanctuary, I think, a few months later. And then we got our nonprofit status in, I believe, 2022.
That's awesome. That's great. And so do you have any educational component to what you do?
Kind of mostly through social media. We'll share educational things. We do have 1 or 2 events on site where we'll kind of let folks meet the animals, learn a little bit about them. I have like little flyers and signs outside of each stall, kind of telling about the animals that have arrived here, little facts about animals, just to kind of really emphasize how smart farm animals actually are, how similar they are to our companion animals like cats and dogs.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's, that's the message that is hard to get out.
It is.
That's the struggle of farm animal sanctuaries. Dog and cat rescues have so many avenues for fundraising, but you guys do this great work. But so much of it is about educating people to the very fact that animals are fellow sentient beings that deserve to live out their natural lives.
Yeah, and they're so similar to cats and dogs in all the ways that matter. Like, some of our goats will come and sit on my lap just like a dog would. Our cows play around with balls and like have zoomies just like dogs would. So they're so much alike, and we share a lot of that to help people kind of connect to them in those ways, really see like the emotional side of that.
Yeah. Now, how big is your property?
So we have 5 acres dedicated to the animals. We have 10 acres total, and we actually just did a bunch of infrastructure work separating all the species. So now the pigs are in their own area, all of the birds are in their own area, goats are in their own area, and the cows have their own space now too. So we've had so many projects going on these last few weeks, prepping for these new rescues to arrive.
Now, when a new rescue, so that's a group of 4 pigs.
Yep, that just came in.
And you had other pigs as well, right?
Yep.
Now, how do you introduce the new 4 pigs to your current residents?
Yeah, so typically these pigs have already done a 30-day quarantine. If they hadn't, we would have had to figure out how to do that where they had no shared fence line, because we want to make sure they're healthy. We don't want to spread anything. But we were able to have them do their quarantine already. So now they share a stall next to our other 3 most recent pigs. So they're able to do slow introductions through the fence line. We'll probably do that for a week or 2, and then we'll just let them out to kind of meet and greet and do their thing. Their section of the property is about 2.5 acres. So they have a lot of space to roam and take their time kind of getting to know each other.
And I'm sure, as we find in dog and cat rescue, when you have a pig rescue or another animal rescue from a situation like what you described, it probably takes a pig, like it would a dog or cat, time to decompress in their new environment and become like who they are.
Yes, absolutely. And I think it helps that they came in as a group, so they already feel a little bit safer, familiarized with who they're with. Yeah, so even at the 2-week mark, if I feel like maybe they need a little bit more time to settle in, we don't want to rush the process. We'll really be mindful of making sure we're taking things at their pace.
And how are they doing so far?
Really good. Yeah, they're roaming around. They're using their pool. They're very timid and fearful. So it's going to take some time for them to trust us for sure. Petting is not an option right now. So I have the little extender, like scratchers. So I've been trying to utilize that just to spend some time with them and let them know that we're safe.
And what was I going to ask you? Oh my gosh. Are you at capacity, do you feel?
Yeah, right now, we've never taken in 4 animals at one time. So this is definitely a big feat for us. And with all the changes that we've had to make with fencing and new barns and everything, financially, physically, emotionally, we're kind of at capacity for what we can currently do.
Sure. Now, tell us about the journey for you to get into sanctuary work.
Sure. Yeah, my husband and I have always loved animals since we were kids. And I think like most or many vegans, I suppose, once you turn vegan and you kind of learn about animal rights and advocacy, you have this dream of eventually getting into animal rescue or starting a sanctuary someday. And so I think I've just been a natural desire to help. I have a lot of passion for animal rights, human rights. I'm also a therapist. So I just feel really called to help others and be a safe place where I can.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
And did you volunteer at sanctuaries before? Like, did you volunteer with Snouts of Sedona or anything before? You just kind of went for it.
We just dove right in. Yeah. So it's been a huge learning curve. We don't really have any farm animal sanctuaries here where we're at. So I wouldn't have really had an opportunity to volunteer anywhere anyways.
And describe where you're at.
Yeah, so we're in southern New Mexico. So we're about an hour from the border of Mexico. So an hour from El Paso, Texas. 3 hours south of Santa Fe, Albuquerque. It's really hot, really dry here.
What's interesting to me is that in your residents come it sounds almost exclusively from rehoming situations.
Yeah, we've had a couple from the severe neglect, hoarding cases, lots of folks just having them as pets and then for whatever reason can't continue care, whether it be health reasons, financial reasons, moving. We live in a military area, so we've had some folks get deployed. So then we've taken in animals in that way too.
Do you have one species that you have many more of than other?
Yeah, so we have 14 pigs, 2 cows, 2 tortoises, 1 turkey, 4 chickens, and 4 goats. Did I say goats?
No, but
Okay, yeah.
now we know. Yeah.
No, mostly pigs.
Okay, that's what I thought I had remembered.
Yep.
Now, we want to talk about the fundraiser.
Sure.
So the fundraiser, just for your fans, we got to get the word out. The fundraiser began Monday morning and it ends Sunday at midnight, which means we have 3.5 more days to sell. And we donate $2.50 for every single item sold on the website during the course of the fundraiser. And so, like, if you don't drink coffee, that's okay. We have tons of good, fun swag. We have species specific swag. We have really beautiful mugs, that kind of thing. But our coffee is really damn good. And it's also got fantastic packaging, which, by the way, Chelsea, you're doing a great job on social media.
Yay, cool, thank you.
Yes,
I had a lot of fun doing the little photo shoot with the coffee bags.
Yes. I'm sorry, I have to plug in my computer. It's about to crash.
Oh yeah, no worries.
Oh my Lord. Yeah, you're doing a great job with the pictures and the reels. I mean, really, they're so fun, and they do highlight our fantastic bags, which we're so proud of.
Yeah.
And you drank the coffee, yes?
Yes. I've had the breakfast blend, and it's so yummy. I really like it.
It's really good stuff. It's really good stuff, Chelsea. So anyway, we have 3.5 more days to spread the word.
Yes.
To get the word out about the fundraiser, because we want to write you a big old check on Monday morning. And so I want to ask you, like, what kind of impact like a $300 donation would have if we could do that?
Totally. Gosh, it would be huge. We've had so many expenses these last few weeks. We've had vet expenses. One of our pigs got sick. Thankfully, she's doing much, much better, but we've had a lot of expenses for vet care there. One of our cows injured his leg, so we've had some medical expenses there as well with medications. We've done fencing. We just ordered a new barn. And then just prepping for the new rescues. We've had, I think, almost $10,000 in expenses in these last few weeks. So
I bet
would be amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. And it must be really difficult to keep those pigs cool in the summer down there.
It is. Yeah. We have a huge wallow that we dug out with our tractor. So like at any moment they could all fit all 14 pigs in the wallow. We've thought about digging another one just as an extra option to keep cool, but they do have quite a bit of shade. They have several shade options as well. We usually do fans, and then we put misters up as well. So.
And how do cows do in that kind of heat?
Usually if they have shade, they're okay. Sometimes I'll spray them down with the hose just to give them a little bit of extra moisture.
And how about goats?
For the most part. Goats are about the same. Like they'll sit in the sun even on a really hot day, but as long as they have shade, they're fine.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So now, Chelsea, like I said, we have 3.5 more days. So you and I have our work cut out for us. Okay. We'll do our job. You do yours. We'll get the word out. We'll get people to buy so we can write you a big old check on Monday so that you can help defray some of those medical costs that you've increased, or help pay off some of the new building for the new pigs.
That all sounds great.
Awesome. All right, Chelsea, you have a wonderful weekend. Fingers crossed. Want to write you a big old check on Monday.
Awesome. Thank you, Claudia.
It's our pleasure. We love what we do.
We'll chat soon.